is here. The famed butter cake. Now, I've only heard stories of how much people have enjoyed this in years past. From what I see right now, it's an upside down, beautiful cake, chocolate drizzle, fresh berries, raspberry, blueberry, strawberry, a heaping scoop of vanilla bean ice cream, because I see the specks in it, a nice rolled chocolate candy on the top, and with fresh mint and powdered sugar. Very excited about this.
Yeah.
You've had this before.
I have had this before. This thing is it's almost like a viral sensation. Like, people make TikTok videos of eating this. They
Really?
they have like recipes online to try to clone it. And basically, people just really love this butter cake, and it is really delicious.
Before I cut in, what's the consistency of the butter cake?
I wouldn't say fluffy. I would
Not
say
like
it's
a pound cake,
yeah,
right?
not like a pound cake. There's a nice texture. Well, you know what? Let's eat it.
All right, I'm just gonna go cake first.
Because when I think fluffy, I think like Japanese, like pancakes, right? But this is a little bit more.
This is just the cake. I love how it's so hot on the inside. You know what? I know why they call it butter cake. Because there's a ton of butter in it.
I'm sure there is.
I love the flavor of almost like that brown butter flavor, where
Oh yeah.
there's butter, and then there's butter that's been browned and cooked, and the butter flavors are more complex.
So
That's what I taste
it's not like
immediately.
eating like a bar of butter that you would get at like the supermarket, right? Obviously, right? That flavor is not prominent. There's obviously a lot of sweetness to it.
You know what? And I almost want to say that, like, you know, if you can visualize this flavor, but the butter is so brown, it almost has like a caramel flavor to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because caramel, I think, is like a browned sugar, right?
Yeah.
So this butter cake is almost like the brown butter with the sugar almost gives it that caramel flavor, doesn't it?
Yeah. I can see what you're saying.
So that was
like-
a breakdown.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, that was a breakdown. Delicious.
It's just such a complex taste. The flavor is just really good, man. So how would you describe the texture of it, the consistency of it? It's not fluffy, right?
It's you know what? The
It's
texture
dense.
The texture is almost like a cupcake, like a great hot, freshly made cupcake. Would you agree?
Yeah, I can see where you're going.
Like
with
when
that.
you make a fresh cupcake at home, the fluffiness and those hot air pockets on the inside, right when you eat it fresh out the oven, that's what it kind of reminds me of. But of course, like versus like a Betty Crocker cupcake that you make, the buttery taste of the actual cake is so complex, and the creaminess of the vanilla bean with it is really a perfect match.
How would you compare it to like cornbread? I almost feel like it's even more dense than cornbread
Yeah.
or bread pudding.
Bread pudding is more dense and moist, right? I know where you're going with the cornbread. Like a fluffier cornbread, I could see this being kind of like that.
I like the fact that when you eat it from the outside, there's a little crisp on the outside portion, but then when you get deeper inside the actual cake, you can probably show it. It's a little bit more moist, right? So you can get that variety of
Look at the steam
texture.
still coming out. You know, and the longer it sits, the ice cream just melts right into the cake. Did you ever think about that before? You know how you know it's an upside down cake?
How?
Because you get the full flat crust on the top.
Oh, yeah, you're
So
right.
literally, it's made in like a dish, in a dish like that, in a broiler or an oven, and they put it upside down. So literally, if you went like this and turn it right side up, it would be kind of concave, right?
Yeah.
Concave is
Yeah.
when it goes in, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if you had like just because we had creme brulee recently, if you took the creme brulee and it's cooked like this, and you turn it upside down, that's literally like almost like what an upside down cake is. Like you see those cake pans that are like they kind of have like ridges on it. I forget what those called. It has like the hole in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's baked like that, and you turn it upside down, and then you pull it up, and then you put your fruits and everything on it.
It looks like a Jello
Exactly.
mold.
Exactly.
How do you think the fruits complement everything? Do you think it's needed for something like this? It just adds like more of a freshness to the sweetness.
That's it 100%. The freshness of the bite. See, like even like the mint on top, I think it's more of like a garnish. Of course, you can eat mint all day long, but it's adding that extra color to it for presentation.
So do you think it warrants the hype? Because there's a lot of hype on this dessert. Everybody who eats at Original Joe's says, "Oh, you gotta get the butter cake. You gotta get the butter cake. You gotta get the butter cake."
This is insane. I think this is. Do I dare say it? I think this is a 10 for me. I really, really like this. I'm a dessert guy. Like I love savory.
Same here.
I love steaks. I love pastas. We love our Asian food. We love all foods, right? Dining, right? The dining and dads. That's why we're here. But one of the D's could stand for dessert because we love dessert. Dining and dessert.
Yeah. And this is up there. It really is. There's just something simple about it, but something so complex. It's just a perfect combination of the different textures, different flavors.
I'm so impressed by the flavoring of the actual cake, because I love dessert, but when you can have a dessert and not have it overly sweet, that's an elevated dessert. When anyone could put a ton of sugar in something, make it sweet, and call it a dessert, right? That's what candy is. But you put food coloring and you put a ton of sugar, you change the shape, it's a sweet, right? But to be able to brown the butter, to create this homemade cake mix, to have these different layers of flavoring and presentation and texture, perfectly balanced, it's a 10 for me.
I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna conflict that, man.
Wait, is this the first 10 on the D.A.D.S channel?
It might be the first 10. I'm just left speechless. It's just so delicious. Well done, Original Joe's. The hype is worth it.
I'm taken back. Absolutely amazing. And great ice cream too. Great vanilla bean ice cream. I like it when the ice cream has these specks of real vanilla bean.
They just perfected, it's not even Italian in nature. I don't think there's any Italian connection. It just feels like a old school Americana,
I know what you mean there.
right? It's like
I don't mean to ruin it. I'm just curious to see what the bottom looks like. Yeah, look at this. There you go. This is the top of this is the bottom of the cake. That was turned upside down. I just want to show that for presentation there. I know what you mean by having it the cornbread kind of texture, right? Now imagine this. Imagine if you were a southern restaurant, right? A traditional southern restaurant selling great fried chicken and collard greens and mac and cheese and great barbecue. If you made a copycat of this with cornbread, that could be a great idea.
it would pair well with the savory flavors of everything else on the menu, and then you pop it off with some dessert. That's like this butter cake.
Yeah.
Really perfect. I'd want to see like a Filipino bibingka style butter cake. you know, where they have it on like those banana leaves, right?
Yeah.
To have something of this flavor. Oh man,
Make
put a salted egg on there.
a tropical version, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Like a mango babinka.
Yeah, definitely. So many ways that you could kind of elevate this.
But the base is the same. You gotta have that good actual butter cake.
So really delicious. I'm speechless, dude. I just want to eat this thing, honestly. You're talking through most of it. I'm just looking at it because I just want to eat it. And that's the testament to how delicious this thing is.
And the fruit is you can tell it's hand selected for premium fruit. Every bite of strawberry or blueberry or raspberry is almost tastes like it's from like a farmer's market. It's hand selected. No bruised fruit here. No week old berries here.
Nice little plump blueberries.
Prime.
Nice and firm.
Prime.
Color the strawberries. Perfect strawberry red.
Drive solo or you all drive together?
And speaking of prime fruit, the next video you're gonna see at Original Joe's is gonna be the prime rib, okay?
We'll come back for it.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're gonna enjoy the rest of this butter cake. Shout out to Original Joe's. Shout out to Omar. And we'll see you at the next one.